So the first section that we're going to cover for our control unit is takedown. So it's important to understand that taking somebody from their feet to the ground can be an absolutely vital thing to do as far as obtaining control and restraint over another human being, but there's only certain instances in which that's a good idea. The main thing, and I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu every single day, and I really, really love it. I enjoy it a lot. But I enjoy rolling, as I always say, with people that like me on nice fluffy mats, and only one of them. Okay? Other than that, if we're in a self-defense situation, if I get tangled up on the ground with somebody, even if I'm in a dominant position, it still just doesn't effectively address the very dangerous variable of multiple attackers. So I think that I'm dealing with this guy, even if I've got him in full mount and I've got his legs grapevined and he's totally controlled and I can hit him if I need to, or I can just restrain him. If somebody comes up and starts kicking me in the head while I'm on the ground, even though I was doing fine with just this guy, I'm so entangled and intertwined with him that I can't disengage quickly. So if I'm taking somebody to the ground, I'm assuming that I'm in a situation in which I'm not really all that worried about somebody else coming in. But that being said, we're also going to try to remain as able as possible to disengage quickly. So the first thing that we're going to do is the seatbelt takedown. We call this the seatbelt takedown. It is one of the absolute simplest ways that you can get somebody from their feet down to the ground and maintaining control, keeping their weapons, their hands and feet and scratching and all that kind of stuff away from you, and maintaining control, maintaining the ability to disengage quickly. So when we say seatbelt, kind of like when you're on the ground for back control, I've got an overhook and an underhook. Now I can join those together with a gable grip. This is my preferred method. I can also just place my overhook hand here and I can just grab that hand and grab here. But I prefer, like I said, a gable grip, and I like to hide my gable grip as low as possible. So I'm assuming that I was either able to spin this person around or he's interacting with somebody else and I come up from behind. Okay? If I come up from behind, I'm instantly going to shoot my grip in. That's very, very easy. I can practice that a couple of times. It's fairly easy to do. Once I find my grip, the side that the underhook is on. So I'm using my left hand for an underhook. So my left foot is going to step really close to him, and I'm going to push my hips into his. At that point, I'm going to bite down really hard with my overhook, and I'm going to turn towards the overhook. So that looks like this. I step forward and push my hips into him. Then I'm going to bite down with this overhook, and I'm going to look in that direction. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm just going to take him down to the ground. As soon as his butt hits the mat or hits the floor, I'm going to take that knee, drive it down, and I'm also making sure that there's no space between him and myself, and I have one leg based out like this. So I'm pushing into him, I'm driving into him. I still have my seat belt. I can very easily transition to a rear naked choke. But for now, we're just going to go to this position. So the direction that I was turning, which was to my right, that same leg, my right leg, is on my knee, and then I'm based out with my left. So let me show you that again. So he's facing away from me. I shoot in my seat belt. Underhooking side leg goes forward, hips go into him. Then I come around, and I'm here. As soon as he touches, I go down, based out, and then I can transition to a rear naked choke. I can go one, over the top, back of the hand to the back of the neck. I can squeeze. For partner drills, I can make him tap. I can make sure that my elbow is an extension of his chin. I'm just like this. That way I know that my forearm is cutting off the circulation on this side of the neck, and my bicep is cutting off the circulation on the other side of the neck. If my elbow is over here, I'm on his trachea with my forearm. If it's over here, my bicep is on his trachea. Less likely, less damaging, but I certainly don't want to be doing a bar arm choke, because after all, the point of the control unit is to be able to restrain somebody, de-escalate a situation, obtain control and restraint without injuring them, without hurting them, which if I drive my forearm into his trachea, I could certainly injure him. So from here, I'm just transitioning 1 and 2. I can also disengage, get up very quickly if I ever need to. Let's do that a couple more times. He's facing away. 1, 2. I own his balance right now. When I step around, I'm just going to put him right where I'm standing. Here. Down, and choke. A little bit faster now. I'm down, and I'm here. Notice, I am bending over to make sure that his butt gets to the mat quickly, and I'm using him as an extra point of base. That makes sure that I'm applying some pressure the entire time. I'm keeping control of him. I'm maintaining that control. But then I take that space away as quickly as possible. I'm driving my hip bone into his back. Okay? So I'm here, get down, and I'm here. Okay? If I were hunched over like this, that just allows for some space. Even if I start to get my choke in, if I leave space here because I'm hunched over, that allows him to turn and start to face me, especially if he turns into the choke like that. It might turn this into a wrestling match, which I certainly don't want. I just want to maintain pressure here. So if I'm here and there's no space and he tries to turn into me, go ahead. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so let's come back up. One more time. Here. Over, and I can squeeze. So that is the seatbelt takedown.